Hey y'all, long time no see. I feel like it's been forever since I've been on here. Tonight we are going to do a little box of horrors live. Hello, Miss Tammy. I have items from Ribbits, Stickits, and Victorian Varnish to show y'all. This was sent to me by both brands so I could show them off. Hello, Crystal. How are we doing? Yes, I'm very excited to show these off. Hello, Naya. Let me send this to our broadcasting group so everyone there knows that we are live. That is not it. I'm totally sending it to myself right now. That's not how this works. Hello. Oh boy, y'all. Technology. I'm out of practice. It's been a while. There we go. Okay. All right. Hello, Maria. I'm doing good, Crystal. Although the cold I had last time when we were live ultimately ended with not having a voice for a day. But luckily that was it. Just, scratchy throat. And then it was gone. And then this morning I woke up a little bit congested. But I think it's just because our weather is like up and down, up and down. Like yesterday's high was 45, I think. But then the low was like 17. So today was mid 50s. Tomorrow we're supposed to hit 60s and then still be cold at night. So I think it's just the weather, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yes, I was like, ooh, the cold's all gone. And then here I am, my first live back, and I have a little bit of a cold again. Maria says, TGIF. Yes. It is Friday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic start to their weekend. Does anyone have big plans for the weekend? Is anybody watching Super Bowl on Sunday? Who are we rooting for? Are we a Patriots fan? Are we a Seahawks fan? Do we not care? Are we just sports ball? Are we just there for the commercials and the food? What is everyone thinking for this weekend? Crystal says, oh no, I hope you don't get any sicker. Me too. I have been doing Psycam. Is that what it's called? The cold, you're supposed to start taking it at the start of symptoms to help you get through it quicker. I've been doing that today, so I'm hoping that gets me through it quicker. Hello, Karina. Welcome. Hi, Frida. Tammy says trying to survive this weekend. I feel that. And you've been dealing with all the crazy winter stuff down there too, that you guys just aren't used to, where we got about 10 inches of snow when everything was said and done. And as of today, my backyard is finally grass, which the dogs are very happy for, because they absolutely hate the snow. They will not go out. Hello, Marvine Avery. Is that our handle? What's our government name? Marvine, did I say that right? Please correct me if I didn't. Tammy says, hope you get to feeling better. Me too. It's not really bad. It's just a little bit of drainage, really. And I feel like I sound nasally more so than normal. So it's not horrible. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get worse than that. Especially just because my life is busy and I particularly have a lot of stuff coming up. I have my niece's 4th birthday party tomorrow, ? It's her 4th or 5th. I'm pretty sure it's her 4th. Oh boy, yeah, I should know this. I feel like a terrible aunt. There's a few of them, y'all. There's a few of them. That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. What birthday party is this? It is her 4th birthday party. Okay, so hello, Pretty Nails Rock. Yes, it is my niece's 4th birthday party tomorrow. It's a skating party. She wanted to be just like her 5-year-old sister, which did a skating party in November, and she also wanted mermaid cupcakes, so I've been baking mermaid cupcakes all day today. I finished them about an hour ago. Yes, so we have a birthday party, and then of course Super Bowl is on Sunday, and we're also going to the movies with my nieces for birthday stuff. And yeah, just busy. So this week I kind of had it off. Hi, Pretty Nails Rock. Yeah, I had this week kind of off. I didn't have a bunch of lives, and I was caught up on swatching. So you'll be excited to know I have started unpacking my polishes. And by started unpacking, technically I have unpacked all of my packed polishes. I was purging as I unpacked. I still have half a Helmer that I need to purge and then reorganize stuff, and then I can start putting them back on the wall. So we're getting there. I'm very excited we're getting there. Of course, we'll see how busy life gets this weekend if I get time to finish it. But that's a whole nother thing. I could chat and catch up with you guys forever, and I'm sure we will get off topic again. But let's start opening things at least so we can get into Little Box of Horrors for February. So February 22nd through the 30th is the pre-order window, and wish listing starts on the 19th. Hello, Chunky Sweater Nails. I love your handle. So first thing I'm going to pull out is our info sheets. Always super handy. I love when I have stuff to tell y'all in advance. And then I'm just going to grab out stuff. Like I said, I do have offerings from Victorian Varnish and Ribbits Stickits for this little box of horrors. That's what we're going to go through. And we're just going to do the unboxing portion of the live first, and then we'll start swatching. I do know, because I always try to write down our little post-it, I know we have a thermal and a magnetic tonight, so I already have water, but I was just double checking I have my mug warmer on. I already have hot water over there for our therma. Hello, Chris. So first one we have is Divine Consortium from Victorian Varnish. Ooh, it's a thermal. This is the thermal of the batch. It looks like a deep green, and then it's got a red-orange shift to it. And then I think, hi, Tiana. I think those might be pink reflective glitters. Let me turn on our flash. I believe they're pink reflectives. There are definitely reflective glitters in here. Ooh, they're pink or purple. I am not positive. It is really pretty though. Very sparkly. I love this green. Y'all know I love a good green. Gorgeous. Tammy says, I love this duo this month too. They are purple reflectives. Good. Hello, Jen. How are we doing? Ooh, Crystal, are you cooking? What's for dinner tonight? It's 6 o'clock. What's for dinner? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. I guess technically, since it's Friday, tonight is a sip and swatch. I'm going to be sipping on water. What is everyone else drinking? Feel free to grab your favorite beverage and a blanket and cozy up while we do this. Deanna says, hello, what are we showing today? We are showing off Victorian Varnish and Ribbit Stickits offerings for Little Box of Horrors this month. Ooh, y'all, this is super pretty. Okay, this is Clockwise Divination from Victorian Varnish, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue periwinkle color. It's got this like purple red shift, and then these huge flakies, y'all. These are big, chunky, regular flakies. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is very like enchanted princess, like fairy tale-esque, y'all. This is so pretty. Also, the theme for Little Box of Horrors this month for February is tarot, so like tarot cards. So I do have the inspiration on our paperwork when we get there. We're also going to ignore the fact that my nails are naked right now. I did have polish on until 2 days ago, and then they started popping off, and I just haven't had time to redo them. But y'all, this is super, super pretty. Oh, it's got a cute little moon on our label too. Crystal says, not tonight. We usually add on Fridays. I'm not sure what we'll order. What are you having? I actually have no idea what we're having. We have one HelloFresh meal left. And Kevin got called into the shop today because I have 2 girls who called out sick. So whatever he cooks when he get home, that's what we're having. Jen, I'm good. How is everyone? We are doing good. We did get a new Jeep. Sadly, the Jeep started acting up last week, and they told us it was going to be like $3 to $5 grand to fix it again. And we just had to make the decision that it wasn't worth to keep putting money in it. So we did get a new Jeep this week. It is bright green. It's called Mojito, and we do love it, and has lots of fancy like heated seats and heated steering wheel. We got a one-touch roof this time. As much as I love my Jeep roof and getting it naked, this just makes it easier. So I just push a button instead of having to take everything off. The new doors, you don't have to have tools. We're very excited to have it. I'm not so excited to have a car payment after not having one for a few years. But, you know, I'm excited to be able to have something new and to play with it and grow with it just like we did with our last one. Because the last one we bought a month after we got married. And it was our first, like, new car purchase, our first big thing together, and like we have taken it on so many trips and so many places, and it's absolutely loved it. So it was sad to leave it, but now we get to make new memories, so it's exciting. But let's see. Fox says, ooh, blurple. Yes, isn't it so pretty? It's very like periwinkle-esque. It's gorgeous. Tammy, and you can top that over the thermal. Ooh, very exciting. Okay, we love a multi-purpose polish. I did HelloFresh burrito bowl. That sounds good, actually. Crystal says that sounds good. Jen said, I saw the new baby with green hearts. Yes, I'm very excited for it. I'm very sad that our bug killer died, but I am excited to have the new one and some of the new fancy things. And y'all, it's been cold as heck this week, so having that heated seat and the steering wheel thing, which I never in my life thought I needed a heating steering wheel. And then when we test drove one, it was just so nice. So now I'm spoiled and we have a heated steering wheel. But it's amazing. Okay, this one is a Ribbit Stickits. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue. It's got a gorgeous like green aqua shift. And then this has, I think, pink, could be purple reflective glitters. Ooh, maybe blue reflective too. Look how sparkly that one is. It is called the Trash Hermit. Again, very sparkly. She did a really gorgeous blue for polish pickup, which released today. So if you guys forgot or weren't thinking or whatever reason, hello, Monica. Polish pickup did open today and it runs through Monday. So make sure you go make your purchases that you wanted of things over there. As I was saying, Ribbits had a gorgeous blue available there this week too. And this is another stunning blue. So all my blue lovers out here, you're going to want this one. And I will definitely show these pictures up close because you know, like Ribbits always has her inspo pictures and they're adorable. So I will show that one closer. All the next things I'm showing you will be Ribbits because I've already shown you the 2 VV offerings. And then we have 4 polishes from Ribbits. This is a pretty red or pink. I'm not really, are we a pinky red perhaps? I think we're red. I feel like it's a red. Ooh, my package is sliding. Okay. This is the Audacity and it is, I'm going with a red. It's got a gorgeous red, like orangey shimmer to it, but it could have a little bit of a pink tone. And I'm not sure if the shimmer is a shimmer or if it's micro flakies, like really micro flakies. I'm going to grab the flash just to see if I can show that shimmer a little bit better. Yeah, see, it's like a golden to orange to red in there. Very vibrant. Very pretty. And I'm curious if that's labeled as a red or a pink because I can't really tell. And sometimes it's hard to tell until you pull it out of the bottle. So we will see together if it ends up being red or pink. I'm fighting with a bubbler. Hello. Okay. Nope, still not in. There we go. Does anyone else have any big news from the week or just anything you want to share in general? I am always love when we all hype each other up in the comments and stuff. The next one we have is the Salty Bitch, and it is a magnetic. So we have a really pretty bluey purple duochrome-esque here. Let me find my magnet. Here we go. Ooh, okay, so we got to a deep blue. We got the stupid mixing ball in there. And then it's a pinky purple line, and I swear I saw a little hint of yellow there, y'all. I don't know if it was just me. Can we get it to stay? No, stupid mixing balls. It's very like, see, it looks like it's got green and orange here at the edge, but that may just be the bottle. But I feel like that line has a little hint of yellow to it. It's definitely a deep and blue base with a purple magenta line. Very pretty. Definitely excited to see this one out of the bottle as well. And with a the velvet, because I think that, look at that purple right there, the way it all pulled, that magnetic pigment. It's beautiful. Monica, can we just use whatever magnet we want at home? Of course. Well, okay, so a strong magnet is what you really need to be able to do magnetic nails, especially non-gel. That's why we have the, I'm going to say it wrong, neodymium. Sure. That's why we have the stronger ones. A ton of indie brands sell these on their sites as well as boxes like Little Box of Horrors and Polish Pickup. And they kind of like come and go in stock. So honestly, anytime you're shopping on a Polish website, I would just search magnet and see what comes up. Tammy says, bingo, I said it right. That's because I've been given the phonetic spelling so many times and I literally looked over at it and I cheated. Monica says, I'm non-gel. Okay, so yes. So the neodymium, probably said it wrong, magnets are just stronger and you can find it anywhere. I know Victorian Varnish specifically does sell it. She says we have like 4 magnets. She has her bar magnets. She's a 20 pound and a 30 pound, which is just like the pull. That's just how strong they are, which I think for Victorian Varnish, hers are slightly thinner than my go-to. So we have this style and this style. These are, I think, what she sells. They're both great. I just like my big thick boy. Oh, she says we have 5 magnets. She also sells the Glamour Gear, which we use for all of our magnetic swatches, so I will show that too. These are ideal for if you are painting it directly on your hand. If you want to play with decals and do it on a silicone mat, and then stick them on your hand, you can use any magnet to do that. Fridge magnets actually make really cool shapes. Like a lot of them have just like multiple lines in them, so you can get some cool stripes and stuff like that. But if you want to like paint it on your nail and magnetize it while you're doing it, the neodymium, whatever, I've probably said it 7 different ways, is the best option. Again, lots of indies sell it. Amazon actually sells them. I got mine, this specific one, on Amazon like 5 or 6 years ago. I know the price has gone up, and I definitely recommend you shop from an indie brand because they are way, way more affordable with the indie brands. But it is your choice to do it and however you want to do it. And there's lots of cool effects. If you search on Instagram here for magnetic nails, or on YouTube or even Pinterest, you'll find some really cool tutorials to do different shapes and things too. And there's some fun magnets out there. I know that Vivi just released one that does like the circle and a heart and some lines. That's pretty neat too. I think it's like the 3-in-1 magnet or something like that. So Tammy says, correct. Monica, thanks for always answering questions. Of course, of course. I am more than happy. If I can answer you guys, if I know the answer, if I can Google the answer, I'm more than happy to answer y'all. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other out, right? Tammy says, fridge magnets are amazing too. Yes, they are. I actually have a magnet that's like the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals schedule. And we got 2 one year. And I cut one into like little squares that I could then move them around and make shapes and decals. I have little magnets. I have tons of magnets, y'all. First of all, I went through a magnet phase. Second of all, I was doing a monthly collab where we did a magnetic thing every month. So I used them. I don't do those anymore. I don't have as much time for them, but there's lots of cool magnetic effects out there. Hello, Zach. How are we tonight? Ooh, okay. So this one I know about, y'all. I know that we open stuff on camera together. I don't look at sneak peeks. I don't look at spoilers. And I didn't do that. I promise. I didn't open in advance. But this is Ribbits Stickits. This is the Pickle Lover. And she reached out to me because she was having a little trouble with the tarot theme for this month for Little Box of Horrors and didn't know where she was going. And I have this fantastic... we gotta skip back so you guys can see it. I have this fantastic shirt that my sister got me for Christmas. It is the Pickle Lover. It is a tarot card shirt, and Christy actually saw my post with that, and then she ran with that, and she messaged me and was like, I have a surprise. Do you want to see it or do you want to wait? And I was like, well, I kind of want to see it. Like, I love a good surprise, but I don't love a surprise when I know about a surprise. When someone's like, oh, I bought you something, but you have to wait. That drives me insane. So I was like, I need to see it. So she showed me the polish. So I did know this was coming, which is why I wore my shirt. And my earrings, which she also sent me these for Christmas this year. I love these. Like, you never see actual, like, pickle slices. Anyways, I digress. I could do this all day long. But this is the Pickle Lover. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous green base. And we have green hollow glitters in here. I'm going to get the flashlight on it so you can see all those sparkles. Because, y'all, there's so much glitter in here. Look at that. Yes, I love it. Zach says, hello, hello. Popping in while at the gym. Ooh, kudos to you for going to the gym. Yes, I need to get back at it. I was doing great, and then life happened, and I slowed down again. But I got to get back to it. Tammy says, I purchased a whole steampunk tarot set. I love that she did that. Yes, and if y'all want to see the inspirations for Tammy's polishes, she has her tarot inspirations over in they'll be in the Varnish Victorian group, because those are really pretty too. Jen says, I have a 30-pound pull bar magnet, but it's honestly not quite as strong as my 10-pound magnet. See, some of them are just different. Tammy says, Flex Friday. Yes. Jen, totally behind on topic. You're fine, Jen. Hello, Ursuline. It's been a while. But yeah, so this is super exciting. It's gorgeous. I'm very, very excited to have been the inspo. And also, super fun fact, my sister, like I said, bought me this for Christmas, and it came in it didn't come in the wrong size. I saved it to my Amazon list, and Amazon kept changing the size and the color for some reason. So I added a note that said, I want this color in this size. And she didn't see that, but she just thought that, like, I had read reviews, so I picked the size that I needed. And then they sent, like, a 3X, which obviously would have been way, 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 way too big for me. So she reordered it, and she tried to return, and they were like, no, just keep it. So then we had matching shirts. And then the one that came in that she ordered was great, but it was still like quite a bit bigger than what I'm comfortable in. So I reordered in the size I liked, and I gave my husband, Kev, the other size. So now all 3 of them had it. We went to a birthday party, and I was like, hey, wear your shirt. So we showed up in him, and then we surprised her with him in his, and now we're the pickle game. So that was a long story. Sorry, off topic. But if you are new here, I'm obsessed with pickles, and it has spread to the rest of my life and my family. So Zach says, ooh, that's pretty. I'll have a couple of Ribbits, but love them. Yes, Ribbits she makes fantastic stuff. She got into polish It's been about 1.5 years since she started doing polish. She has done latex barriers and water slide decals and hand cream. Her hand cream is fantastic. She's had lots of indie items. And she got into polish about 1.5 years ago. And I'm very excited she's going to be at PBE again this year. So, and I hope all of y'all are going to be at PBE. If you are, please make sure you hit me up. It is July, is it the 18th through? Y'all, I have the paper because my brain can't remember it. This is why it's in my calendar. July 18th and 19th is the Polish and Beauty Expo weekend. I am very excited. I get to be there as press this year. So I'm super, super stoked to run around and take all the pictures and meet all the makers again. If you see me, please say hi to me. Please don't get mad or feel like I ignored you if I don't say hi to you because the ADD, and I will be running around like crazy. And please don't think I'm too busy to talk. Please stop me, please. I want to meet all of you. I want to hug all of you. Unless you don't want hugs, and then just say so, and we don't have to hug. So, but I hope so many of you are going to be there this year. Hello, Jay Hawking. Welcome. Tammy says yes. Jen says love Ribbits, polish and lotion. Also bought custom decals. Yes, she does do custom decals, and they are fantastic. I have some as well with my doggos on them. Zach says he'll be at PBE. Yay, I'm so excited to see you again, Zach. Tammy says Moonshine Friday. Y'all stop by. Ooh, yes. If y'all want some really good Southern moonshine, make sure you hit up it'll be a VV event probably in the hotel lobby again, unless we get in trouble again this year. So we might need to go into somebody's room, or maybe we can get one of the extra side rooms. Be we'll be quiet if you give us the keys. Anyways, Moonshine Friday is a ton of fun. So, all right, we're going to get into these polishes. I know I've rattled on. Y'all know I can keep talking all night long, but I also know y'all are here for the polishes. So, I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to flip y'all around. It is a sip and swatch because it's a weekend, it's Friday. So make sure you grab a drink and stay hydrated and cozy up with us. You can drink anything you want. You're non-alcoholic, you're alcoholic, whatever you want. I'm sure Jen's drinking Diet Coke. Tammy's probably got an iced coffee. Where is Laura? Speaking of iced coffee, where's Laura? I've got good old-fashioned water here. Tammy says, well, maybe somewhere else this time. Maybe outside. They have that really cute outdoor patio area out front. There's a fire pit and stuff. She said for sure. Jen says, ooh, what the hell? I need to make a PPA. You should, Jen. It's a blast. We were too loud. We were definitely too loud, Zach. Yes. Tiana, way too far away to come. Sad. Aw, well, maybe in the future. Maybe we can plan for it. Tammy said coffee, you know me, and I think outdoors. Yeah, I think outdoors would be better too. All right, flipping y'all around. Scooching you down. And we're gonna, I got a shadow. Let me move some stuff. There we go. Zoom you in a little bit there. There is tonight's info sheet. Everything I'm going to show you plus caps. So we have 2 polishes from VV. We have 4 polishes from Ribbits. Again, this is Little Box of Horrors, which is a pre-order. So pre-order window is February 22nd through the 30th. Wish listing starts on the 19th. I forgot to write it up here, so it's down here. And then, of course, the website for Little Box of Horrors. If anybody wants to screenshot this so they have the information for tonight's live. And then we're going to go ahead and get into some swatches here. Jen says, I have water, but I'm switching to Diet Coke in 3 sips. So, see, I was right. And I know you, Jen. I know you. Ooh, Miss Tammy, we read from another brand, I think it was Gin and Berries, that black flakies are being discontinued. Can you confirm this? Do you have a different source? Because I know Miss Jen is very sad about it. And I do really like the look that black flakies give to a lot of polishes. So I'm just curious if you have insight. She says they are. Oh no, Jen, we have heard it officially now. Wah, wah. Have we maybe found a new source yet? Or are we just waiting for someone to come out and say, hey, we make them too? All right, so VV has 2 polishes for this month. She said that they kind of work as a duo. You have Design Consortium, which is a thermal reflective. And then we have Clockwise Divination. And she said this one can be worn as on its own or as a topper. And she said it's really cool on top of the other. So we will do that while we're on here as well. Gorgeous, which actually just occurred to me. I probably need another swatch stick if we're going to do it as a topper. We might as well, right? Unless somebody doesn't want to see it. If you guys don't want to see it layered, I don't have to. Let me turn on the air filter here so we can breathe, and then we're going to start swatching. Tammy says, but I have a ton, so I may be able to keep on a little longer. Ooh, good to know. Jen said, oh, you have naked nails. You'll have to swatch VV clockwise on natural nails. Oh, that's true. I could totally do that. I do have naked nails. Like I said, I had polished on until a few days ago, and then they started popping off, and I've just been trying to do other things this week, catch up on my life, get my polish unpacked, and stuff like that. So I haven't painted them, and I desperately need to. Tammy says, no, all 3 suppliers are out. Oh, sad. So hopefully somebody makes them, but if not, Tammy's got a stockpile for a little bit. Zach says, ooh, those are both pretty, aren't they? We are going to start off with our thermal because we're going to get it to dry while we do, the other one, y'all words, want to dry before we do the dips. And because Tammy said that clockwise divination is beautiful on top of, or it works as a topper on top of Divine Consortium, I'm actually going to do 2 swatches of that one so we can see them layered. So let's go ahead and do Divine Consortium. This one is, let me read, my paper's all foldy, I can't read it. There we go. It is inspired by a steampunk fairy tarot set. Like I said, if you guys want to see the inspiration pictures, Tammy has them or will have them over in the Varnish Victorian Facebook group. This is, my brain stopped. So sorry, y'all. It's a dark green cold to clear warm thermal with a soulmate shimmer pairing in pink, violet, peach, bronze, and a tiny scattering of purple reflective glitter. She says top of the clockwise divination for a really cool effect. This one's going to be $14 with a cap of 150 of them. Look at that beautiful shift, y'all. Jen says this thermal is warm state is magical. I don't doubt it. I'm going to grab the flash so we can show off the reflective glitters. Zach says thermals are my Achilles heel because I love to wear them, but always seem to also want to shorten my nails prior to wanting to wear the thermals. I feel that, but I will say a lot of thermals are so sensitive that you can still get that shift with your shorties, especially like I live in a cold climate. So inside my hands are hot and then outside they're cold. So I still see that full shift. I just don't always have the transition in between with both colors. But thermals are still fun on every length, in my opinion. Tiana says, I had my MRI today. Tammy, ha ha ha. I hope it was good news, Tiana. Tammy said, I can't wait for the results, praying for best results. And Tiana said, oh man, so sorry. Yes, I hope it was good. Oh, and Tammy said, I'm glad someone did. Insurance is still dragging butt on me. Oh goodness. Well, I hope they get you figured out too, Tammy. My goodness, y'all. We're all just having a rough winter, aren't we? All right, let's do, a swatch of Divine Consortium. Again, this is a thermal. We'll do our water dips at the end. I'm going to do 2 of these. We are on a clear swatch stick, so please keep that in mind for opacity. I almost said opaqueness, but I don't think that's a word. All right, first coat. Y'all, this is such a pretty green. You know I love greens. Okay, I don't feel like we are focusing properly, so I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit more. We know Instagram hates focusing. Zach says, true, that gradient is always fun, but do love the shifts always. Same. When I first got into thermals, I really loved putting them on my toes just so I could ooh, my feet are cold. But that's just because I'm weird. But they're so fun. I just think they're so fun. Look at that beautiful shimmer. Now you can see it definitely has texture because of the reflective glitters. So we're going to want to use a coat of Steamroller or your favorite glitter smoothing top coat before you use your actual top coat here. Tammy says menopausal woman. Tiana laughed at her. Zach says it looks like a pickle. It does. Especially, honestly, the texture, very pickle-esque too. Tammy said Instagram started doing that worse now. Yes, it is. It's so annoying. And she said it kind of does look like a pickle. Yeah, Instagram has started to be a big pain in the butt with focusing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a second one too, because again, I do want to do the top coat on it. Not the top coat. I'm going to do the second polish as a topper on top of it. Ooh, there's a fuzzy. Get out of there. Hold on. Sorry, out there is a hardcore fuzz on my brush. Okay. All right. So again, this is one coat. Let's grab the flash and show that. There we go. So you just get a little smattering of the reflective glitters. You have the beautiful shifting shimmer in there. That pink, bronzy, peachy colors. And then the little reflective sparkles. Very pretty. Y'all know I love green. Oh, I'm bumping you left and right today. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to set these off to the side for a second. That was our first coat of Victorian Varnish's Divine Consortium. And then we're going to do our first coat of Clockwise Divination on our swatch wheel here. Again, this one can be used as a topper or built up on its own. We're going to show it both ways tonight. Here is the first coat on its own. Ooh, y'all, this is so pretty. I didn't read the description. I just got so excited to get into this. This one is inspired by the Moon card. Ooh, Divine Consortium was inspired by the Lover card from the Steampunk Fairy Tarot set. This one, Clockwise Divination, is inspired by the Moon card. It's a sheer light blue with a magical metallic-like flakies that range in blue, silvers, aquas, and violet at extreme angles with a gorgeous large particle shimmer in pink, violet, peach, bronze. It can be used as a topper over Divine Consortium. This one will be $14 as well with 150 cap. This is so pretty. I love these metallic flakes and that gorgeous shimmer. Also, I didn't show you the opacity of the other one. I mean, I got my shorties. There's no color on them yet, but like, I'm not mad at it in one coat. We definitely want to do a second coat for sure, but look at that beautiful shimmer in there. Tammy says, love how the reflective kind of broke the shimmer up to make it look flaky-esque. Oh, yes. In the Divine Consortium, you are right. Jen says, oh man, this one was my fave. It's beautiful. Super, super shimmery and shifty. I love those metallic flakes. I really love the, I know I didn't do a bottle up close, y'all, because I got so distracted. I really love the like size of these flakes. They're very irregular and they're on the slightly larger side, which I'm a big fan of a chunky flake. Y'all know that. Look at that shimmer in the bottle. It's stunning. All right, let's go back and do our second coat of Divine Consortium on its swatch sticks. Jen says, oh, I use 3 thin coats and still have the slightest visible nail line. Okay, so, ooh, that's a good point. Hold please. Hold please. Let's do, because I have naked nails, let's do Clockwise Divination on my naked nails so you guys can see that on a natural nail line. Thanks, Jen. You reminded me. Oh, okay. This one, y'all, I'm lazy and we're not cleaning up. Okay. It's got a little bit of green from a previous mani. Ignore that. Ignore it. But we are going to do live swatch here. I love these flakes. Okay, so here is one coat of Clockwise Divination on my natural nail. It is very shimmery. You can definitely see the little tiny bit of visible nail line I have there on my little shorties, which y'all, this hand actually was starting to grow. I was actually past my edge, and then this one betrayed me this morning and cracked. So we are back down to little shorties again, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with shorties. One day I'll have a little more length. Look at that shimmer, y'all, though. It's so shifty, and those flakes. This is really pretty. Very fun. Tammy sent heart eyes. Monica says, that's pretty, isn't it? It's gorgeous. I'm very excited to see this as a topper, too. All right, so that was our first coat on my natural nail of Clockwise Divination. And then now we can go in and do our second coat of Divine Consortium. Tammy says, you can definitely see the shimmer better now. Yes, I definitely see more shimmer on my natural nail than on the opaque swatch wheel, but I think that's because the white underneath it is kind of muting it a little bit. So I think the natural nail base definitely helps pump up that shimmer a bit. Beautiful. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, y'all, so apologies in advance if it happens. Let's do our second coat of Divine Consortium. Again, this one is a thermal reflective. It is a dark green when cold to clear warm with a soulmate shimmer pairing in pink, peach, violet, bronze, and a tiny scattered purple reflective glitters. It is $14 with a cap of 150 available. Here is our second coat, which definitely upped the opacity on that green. Definitely way more opaque in 2 coats. I think it's good. And you can see that gorgeous shimmer. Shimmer is way more intense on the second coat. Jen says, I've been keeping my nails super short till all my tears, peels, and breaks grow out. Sad. That's all right. Shorties are great too, Jen. We are in the shorty club here. There is nothing wrong with a shorty. Y'all, this is super pretty. I love that beautiful shimmer. Oh, we have polish on my hand. We're in official live now. All right, let me grab the flash so we can show off the little reflective spatterings there and that shimmer. Crystal says that's beautiful. It is. I definitely agree with Zach's pickle comment. I'm getting pickle vibes. I'm not mad at it, y'all. I am not mad at it. Very, very pretty. I'm going to do the second coat on our other swatch stick here, and then I'll give you guys a cold label shot, but it is a thermal, so we will dip it. I'll dip it after we do our clockwise divination second one, just to give it a little bit more time to dry before I dip it in water. But we will do both of Vivi's offerings, and then we'll go to Ribbits, since Miss Tammy's in here. Okay, let me give you a cold shot for anyone who likes that. Here is 2 coats of Divine Consortium from Victorian Varnish in its cold state. Remember, it is a thermal and a reflective. Perfect. I'm going to set those to the side. Again, we're just going to let them dry. And then we're going to go in and do our second coat of clockwise divination on our swatch wheel and on my thumb. And then we'll do a coat on top of the Divine Consortium so you can see how they pair together. So here's our second coat of clockwise divination. This one is a sheer light blue with magical metallic like flakies that range in blue, silvers, aquas, and a violet at extreme angles with gorgeous large particle shimmer and pink, violet, peach bronze. This one can be used on its own or as a topper. Here is our second coat on our opaque swatch wheel, which did up the shimmer a lot. It's super pretty. As far as opaque goes, I feel like I'm going to be happy in 2. We'll do it on my natural nails, so you can make your own choices. Some may choose to do 3 or use a blurring base or just a base coat color, depending on your visibility of your nail line or if you wear clear extensions or all of that jazz. Tiana says, Tammy, you should do a thermal magnetic. She has done a couple. She has definitely played with them. She actually prototyped me personally a couple a few years ago because I asked her the same thing. I'm like, Tammy, we need these. Actually, as I was going through my polishes and unpacking stuff this week, I found both of the ones she made me. And of course, they went in my keep box. But yes, she has done a couple. She says, I did one last year. They're tricky because of the dark base. Yes, they are. They're definitely tricky. I've only seen a couple brands do it, honestly. Tiana says, well, I need it, ha. All right, so here is our 2 coats of clockwise divination on the swatch wheel. Absolutely beautiful. Let's do it on my thumb as well because I got naked nails and why not? Still awkward to do on camera, y'all. But we did it. Oh, there's a rogue flake. Can I get you off without messing up the whole thing? Get out of there. Okay, cool. Yes, look at that shimmer. Okay, I didn't, can you guys see the like shiny versus matte? I did not get a second coat here on this corner. Let me do one there really quick so it doesn't mess with the like visible nail line effect. I missed that edge. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so here it is. 2 coats. You can still see my visible nail line a little bit. For me, personally, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with this in 2. I do know a lot of people would prefer a 3rd, and that's great. That's your choice. Like Miss Jen. Miss Jen loves her 3 coats, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just lazy and impatient, so I like 2 medium thickness of coats. Rather than 3 thin. I love the flakes in here. Look at how many flakes I got, y'all. I didn't do anything special. I painted it just like I would normally. They're gorgeous. Tiana said also throw in some glow in the dark with that too. LOL. Crystal says beautiful. Tiana said I'm not asking for much. Nope, just a little bit. It's cool. Crystal, BRB, we need my phone to order Potbelly for dinner. I'm the one with the app. No worries, Crystal. Jen, I have strong whites. Yes, strong visible nail lines do make, they do have a large effect on it. So I totally understand those who like 3 coats. I don't have a strong visible nail line. I have shorties at the moment too. So I'm totally happy to do 2 coats. Let me get you guys label shots of this way before we use it as a topper. So here's 2 coats of Victorian Varnish's clockwise clockwise divination on our opaque swatch wheel. And then I'll give you guys a label shot of my thumb too for those who want it. Tammy says, me too, Jen. Zach says, I love me 3 coats as well. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just impatient, y'all. The ADD does not let me wait for polish to dry. All right, so that was 2 coats on the swatch wheel. Here's 2 coats on my thumb for those who want that natural picture too. Tammy says it's so ethereal. It really is. It's so glowy, y'all. Zach says it's rare if I stop it too. And Jen sent, I don't know what you call that emoji. I call them yes hands. I think a lot of people feel like they're like, I don't know, y'all. She agrees. She agrees with Zach. Tammy says the flakies with drool eyes. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's do a coat of it on top of our Divine Consortium. So hello, can we focus? There we go. So it can dry while we do our dippies of our thermal. Tammy says preach hands. See, yeah, I just don't know what to call them. I always want to call it kind of like prayer hands, but we have a prayer hand emoji. So I just feel like to me, they're like, yes, like agree hands. I don't know, y'all. I'm crazy. We all know that. Jen says, yes, hands, agreed. Okay, see. All right. So I'm not the only one who thinks that. I really want to have my phone read it off because we've talked about that before where when I'm out walking, my phone will read me my text messages and it'll read what emojis are. And I'm slowly learning what the different emojis are called, so maybe I can have my phone read it. Which also, y'all, the new Jeep connects to my phone via Apple CarPlay, and it's absurd. It is like having my phone just on this giant tablet in the Jeep. Y'all, look at how freaking glowy that is. Okay, I'm going to put them next to each other because I want you to compare. Now, please keep in mind there's not a shiny top coat on just our Divine Consortium, so it's not as glossy, but look at that shimmer. This is stunning. These need to go together. You need both. You absolutely need both. If you are buying one of these, you need both of them. You absolutely do. Tammy said, and I got my mind blown over this. Isn't it stunning? Look at those flakies for the contrast on top of the green. Jen says the prayer hand emoji is actually a high five emoji. Is it really? Huh. That's like the poop emoji they say is an ice cream. I don't believe you. Tammy said, I saw that too. Y'all, these are stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, we haven't even dipped it yet. This is a thermal. We have not done our thermal yet. So I don't really know how to give you label shot. I guess when I do the dips of it, then I'll give you a label shot showing both so you know it's layered. I don't know. This one's a little bit different, but y'all, it's so good. Look at those flakes on there. Look at those flakes. Oh, and we still have reflective in there because the Divine Consortium is a reflective, right? So let's grab our flash. Okay, so the reflective is not as prominent, but you do get these like sparkles from that shimmer in both. This is so pretty. I love this. Absolutely gorgeous. Definitely need both of these. And honestly, if you use the clockwise divination, it kind of acts like your steamroller to smooth out the reflective glitter, and then you follow that up with top coat, and you don't need a steamroller, in my opinion. Like, you can really see the difference in texture. I'm going to put them next to each other again. Can you see the difference in that texture? Like, it helps smooth out the reflective of Divine Consortium too. Yes, love it. Love it. All right, I'm going to grab our water and we will do our thermal dips, and then I'll do label shots for transition shots for y'all. So let's scoot some stuff. Tammy said, or Jen said, yes, Ella, it was listed a long time ago. I guess I missed that memo, but I'm sticking with prayer hands. I don't like it being a high five. That just seems weird to me. Tammy says, love this combo. Me too. She said, heart eyes. Jen says, almost looks like it turns hollow. Yeah, it's got like a little sparkle because of that shimmer. And Tammy said, acts like a glitter grabber. Jinx. Yes. Welcome back, Crystal. Okay, so this was our 2 coats of the Divine Consortium, which again is our thermal. It is a dark green when cold to clear when warm. So let's do our dips. And this water is definitely hot, y'all. Ooh, look at that shimmer when it's in its clear state. Hello, Rebecca. Here it is, your opacity. It's still quite opaque being in the warm state because the amount of shimmer in there. Look at all that shimmer. I feel like the reflective shows off just a little bit better in its hot state as well. This is really, really pretty. Let's grab the flash so we can show off. Those are okay. Hold on. Let's dip it again since it's cooling off. Yeah, I feel like the reflective sparkle just shows up a little bit more in the clear state. I do love this thermal. I love a high contrasting thermal, and you have that deep green against that sheer with all that beautiful shimmer in it. Yeah, big fan of this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to dip it again and give you guys a label shot of just it. So this is 2 coats of Victorian Varnish's Divine Consortium. Again, it is a reflective, so you're going to want a glitter smoothing top coat to fill in all those texture gaps before your shiny top coat. I love that my transition didn't last that long. Okay, one more time for a screenshot here. Just, oh my God, love the both of these so very much. Aren't they beautiful? I love this. And I can't stop thinking of pickle now that Zach said it. So, all right, let's dip our, this is 2 coats of Divine Consortium with 1 coat of the Clockwise Divination on it. So both of Vivi's offerings. Let's, ooh, okay. Look at that shimmer. I don't want to put my hand behind it because it like, do you see how much deeper that got? All right. I wish you could have seen it while it was dipping. I don't know if you guys really did see it while it was dipping, but it got this like almost blue vibe to it when I put it in the water. But I want you to see the difference. Look at the depth that it has because the extra shimmer that is in Clockwise Divination. So even though our base is the same, this has so much shimmer that it's got a little bit more depth to it. It's just a little bit deeper of a tone. Look at those. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm obsessed with them layered. They're beautiful on their own. Don't get me wrong. I mean, look at Clockwise Divination on its own. How stunning is that? But I'm obsessed with them layered. I gotta dip this again. Hold on. Look at that. Tammy says, bam, love, beautiful. Yes. I'm obsessed. This is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Let me get you. Ooh. Goodness gracious. I really need to give myself more working space, but then I can't read what you guys are saying and I miss your comments. All right, let me see if I can get like both bottles plus the thing. Yeah, this is going to be some work. Okay. Here's our 2 bottles. If you could see how I'm contorting my body to do this. And here is our swatch. So you've got 2 coats of the Divine Consortium as our base, which this is already cooled off. Hello, do the things. Okay, you've got 2 coats Divine Consortium as your base with 1 coat of Clockwise Divination on top. I'm doing this so you guys can remember this combo if you liked it and you want to make sure you purchase both polishes. Crystal says, looks great layered. Yes, it does. Tammy says, hot and cold fire and ice vibes. Yes, I love this. This is so pretty, y'all. I'm obsessed with it layered. I want to wear it like this from now on. Absolutely stunning. Again, I'm happy with the opacity of it in 2 coats, but it's definitely a preference thing. So those are our VV offerings for Little Box of Horrors. They are both going to be $14 with a cap of $150 each. Again, Little Box of Horrors wish listing starts the 19th of this month, and then pre-order is February 22nd through the 30th. Tammy says, like a way out of winter and welcome to spring. Yes, I love that. She said heat miser and snow miser vibes as well. 100%. And yes, I am still looking forward to spring, y'all. I'm done with winter. This last snow, I'm out. I'm done. We don't need any more snow. All right, so those are both of Victorian Varnish's offerings for Little Box of Horrors this month. And then we have 4 gorgeous offerings from Ribbits Stickits we're going to get into next. I think I'm going to start with the magnetic because I can. And that's just what my brain has chosen to do. So we're going to start with the magnetic here. Tiana said, you need to do a heat and snow miser box for Christmas this year, Tammy. That would be fun. Tammy says, thanks. Of course, Tammy. Thanks for sending them to me. All right, let's get our Ribbits. Again, we have 4 polishes for Ribbits. There is a magnetic, which is this one here. This is the Salty Bitch. And I don't know if you can see her tarot inspiration back there. It is a skeleton with a bunch of salt they are dumping out. This is described as a black jelly base with purple to green multi-chrome and purple to red multi-chrome, and a touch of green and blue jelly Aurora shimmer with purple pink magnetic pull. So it has all the colors. It is very much a rainbow in a bottle. And then if I can get my magnet off the desk here, Tammy said, I always let the group vote on those, so make sure you recommend. And Tiana says, will do. Yes, definitely go when she starts putting up polls for Advents. Definitely make sure you leave your vote. Jen says, ooh, okay, so here it is with our magnet. If I can get that line to stay. Yes. Okay. So I see both colors of the pink and the purple in that magnet. If we can get it to see, yeah, it's angry. Okay. If I leave the magnet on the screen, it kind of leaves the line. Yeah. I see both colors. I see a little orange in it too. We'll see what it's like outside of the bottle. And then of course you have that gorgeous green, blue, aqua, multi-chrome base behind it. Very excited to see this out of the bottle. So let's get into it. I am going to do these on clear swatch sticks as well, so we can get it nice down in our magnet zone here. Let me zoom you in so you can see that magnet line a bit better. So we're going to do 2 swatches of this. I'm going to do one on our line, our bar magnet, and then I'll do a second one using the velvet technique so you can see it both ways. So first coat of the Salty Bitch going here for our bar magnet. Now it is labeled as a jelly multi-chrome base, so we're definitely going to need 2 coats. Here's the first coat. It is a deepened black with that multi-chrome, so it's a little on the deeper side. Here it is unmagnetized. I might have played with that a little bit too long. We're going to find out. No, I didn't. Look, that beautiful line came up nice and crisp. I love a magnetic that has a good working time as well. It's gorgeous by itself. It is on the deeper side because it has that black jelly base with the purple green, purple red multi-chrome to it. I am not super into dark colors. That's just my preference. But this multi-chrome to it is really pretty, very rainbow-esque. Again, there it is unmagnetized really quick. I'm a firm believer in you don't have to magnetize a magnetic polish. And we're going to let that one sit in the velvet zone. Now, typically, if we had a second magnetic, I would do that one so we didn't have to watch paint dry. We don't tonight, and I'm feeling extra impatient, so we're just gonna go for you. We're gonna pick her up, we're gonna look at her, and we're gonna do our second coat. So here is that first coat of the Salty Bitch. Again, this is Ribbits Stickits offerings. This one is gonna be $14 with a cap of $50. Here's that first coat. You can see that gorgeous pink purple, and I see a little orange at the edge, like at the extreme angle of it. I definitely see orange at that angle. Very pretty. Let's grab our velvet. Now, velvet usually shows up better on the second coat. Oh, I say that, and look at it prove me wrong, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, see, I got purple, I got pink, and then I see orange at the top. Does anyone else see the orange? Please confirm. I know I am, in fact, slightly crazy, but I think in this case, I see it. Oh, this is stunning. Opacity-wise, in velvet, I don't hate it in one. We definitely need a second. You can see my nail line there for sure. Again, we are on a clear swatch stick, so that has an effect on our opacity too. Oh, it's so shifty though, y'all. So shifty. Jen says, my husband's ringtone is Danger Zone, LOL. Velvet Zone reminds me of that. I love that, Jen, so much. You have no idea. Me and Kevin, anytime we hear Danger Zone, we like send each other a Snapchat, or well, we used to Snapchat. We don't Snapchat anymore because we're old married people now. But we'll send it to each other. Like we'll record it on the radio and send a video. And we also, once while we were in IKEA, he like started flying like a plane to it. And now every time it comes out, we both like put our little arms and little wings and like move like we're flying. I don't know. We're crazy. We're fun. That's why we work. But Jen's is definitely orange. So you definitely see the orange too. All right, let's do our second coat of the Salty Bitch here. And then we'll go into the other 3 and we'll just take those, one coat at a time. But I want to finish our magnetic so we can get the magnet out of the way and just focus on the others. Not that this isn't gorgeous. It just, the magnet, the cog takes up a little bit of room here. So here's the second coat. It is a black jelly base, but opaque wise, I'm not mad at that. Again, here it is unmagnetized, super shifty. Let's get her down on our bar magnet so we can get that nice, beautiful line. What? Sorry, I just got a text message from the post office that says they couldn't deliver because there was no access to my delivery location. But that's a big fat freaking lie because they've been delivering for a week and there is no snow or anything here. So I think somebody just didn't want to finish their job tonight. Hello, Nerida. She said hi. I know I'm late. That's all right. And now it's a party. Nirda's here. It's a party, y'all. All right, let's do our second coat for our velvet as well. Jen says scam. Yeah, they just didn't want to finish delivering, which really aggravates me because I had like 4 Amazon packages coming tonight. And some of those are things I need for the shop. So it's a little frustrating, but is what it is. They'll deliver tomorrow, I guess. Here it is again, unmagnetized. And then into the velvet zone it goes. Usually when they can't, like when they're just too behind and they're not going to deliver, they just mark it delivered and we don't get our stuff. So I guess like kudos to them for not doing that, but also like my mailbox is definitely not blocked by anything and I don't even hear the mail truck out there. So they just decided not to deliver. All right, here is 2 coats of the Salty Bitch. Y'all, how pretty is that? Here is your opacity. I'm happy in 2 coats on that. It is a black jelly base, so you may want 3. I'm not mad at it for 2. You can see that beautiful purple green multi-chrome and the red green multi-chrome, so you get all those shifts. And then our magnet is a purple pink, and I do definitely see the orange to it as well. I love a good contrasting magnet. Super, super pretty. And then let's look at the velvet. So here is 2 coats velvet, which is absolutely gorgeous. All that pink purple just really pulls to the front. And you have those darker sides. This is super pretty. Again, definitely opaque in 2 on the velvet, just because all that magnet pulls to the front and obscures anything. Super pretty. Crystal says gorgeous. I definitely agree with you, Crystal. I'm sticking my arm in Vivi's swatches. This is why we can't have nice things, y'all. I'm a mess. This is so pretty. Dan said, would love to see how it does with a bead. Yes. So when I do my swatches, I'll leave it unmagnetized on my pinky. I will use the bar magnet for my ring and middle nails. And then I will do the glass bead effect on my index and thumb. So my swatches, let me zoom y'all out here so I can fit the label in here. My swatches will show it with the glass bead effect as well. So here is our Ribbits, the Salty Bitch in 2 coats. You've got velvet on top and the bar magnet on bottom. There we go. If I can get to focus. Very, very pretty. Gorgeous. Let me set that stuff off to the side so we have a little bit more room to work here. And yes, I do put my swatches back on the magnet so they could like crisp up. I don't know why, because I've yet to do anything else with these swatch sticks. But my brain says I have to do it, so we're doing it. That's how we live, right? All right, so we're going to grab our swatch wheel and go back to that for the rest of these. The next one we're going to get into is the Audacity. Again, the rest of what I'm showing you is Ribbits Stickits. So we have the Audacity, and I think, let me zoom in a little bit more. I think you can see that card. So it looks like we have a skeleton on a skeleton unicorn with rainbows in the background for sure. Super cute. This one is a bright pink Crelly with pink to red shimmer and green to yellow to orange microflakes. It's going to be $13.50 with a cap of 50. So as I said earlier, I couldn't tell if you're going to be pink or red. Sometimes it's hard to tell in the bottle. So we have been confirmed as a pink. Then you have that beautiful shift from the microflakes. You've got the green to yellow to orange in there. Very pretty. Let's see what it's like on our swatch wheel. So going in with our first coat of the Audacity. I love the name of this. Yes, definitely pink. Definitely pink. Now, of course, the opaque swatch wheel has a little bit of effect on that color pull because it's kind of a white base, but we are definitely pink. You can see that beautiful shimmer in there. Not bad in one coat. Definitely want a second coat to really up the shimmer from the microflakes. But it's not bad for one coat on there. Again, super shimmery with all those micro flakes in there. Definitely see the orange and yellow of it. I saw the green in the bottle. On the swatch wheel, I kind of lose it, but I feel like that's an extreme angle thing anyways. So we'll see what the second coat does of it. I feel like that sneeze is finally coming. There we go. Whew. It only took me 20 minutes. All right. Usually I just do like a coat and then a coat and a coat. Like we go through everything, but honestly, y'all, I'm feeling a little rogue tonight. I'm gonna do the second coat of this. You would definitely want things to dry longer in between, but I'm feeling a little bit rogue. Normally I would have done like one coat, and then back, but tonight we're feeling weird. So we're doing 2 coats. We're gonna finish polishes as we go tonight. So there is 2 coats of the Audacity. Thank you, Crystal. She said, bless you. Very pretty. Definitely opaque on the second. Also, y'all, I got Victorian Varnishes, that Divine Consortium, the green, up there on my cuticle. So please ignore that. Also ignore the dry cuticles. I baked cupcakes all day today and I was washing my hands all day like crazy, especially with me having this like drainage. I don't think it's cold, but I don't want to risk anyone else getting sick. So I've been washing my hands like crazy and they're quite dry. This is super pretty, super shimmery and glowy. If you like pinks, I think you're going to love this one. It's very warm. It definitely feels like a good polish to get through these winter blues and then into spring. Crystal says, love that pink one. Yes, it's really pretty. It's very fun. I feel like it's not coming up quite as bright as it is in real life. It's got just a little bit more fuchsia to it in real life, in my opinion. So hopefully the swatch photos will show that better. Here is your label shot. 2 coats of Ribbits, the Audacity. And then that sneeze made my nose run even more. Next, we're going to go into the Salty. But no, we already did the Salty, bitch. I'm reading the paper wrong, y'all. My brain. I don't have a brain. Okay. Next, we're going to go into the Trash Hermit. Look at that cute little trash panda. I love this. This is super cute. That is a raccoon, right, y'all? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure that's a raccoon. Which would make sense for the Trash Hermit, right? It's like a raccoon in like a wizardy outfit. Okay, this one is a deep teal blue base with sapphire hollow glitter, pink reflective glitter, and blue to purple shimmer. It's going to be $13.50 with a cap of $50. That shimmer is gorgeous. And then you can already see the reflective glitters. If we grab our flash, we can show those off even more. Get all that sparkle. So fun. Let's get it on our swatch wheel. Again, this is the Trash Hermit from Ribbits. First coat. Ooh, okay. Oop, y'all, I got it. I got it on our pink. We're going to ignore that. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. Ooh, okay. So it says we're a blue teal base. I'm getting kind of slight jelly vibes from it, which I'm fine with because it makes it look squishy. And then it has that sapphire hollow glitter, which really does kind of pop in there. And then you can see the sparkles from the pink reflective glitters. And you have that blue shimmer. Very pretty. It's not bad in one coat. Like, I don't hate this in one coat. All that shimmer in it really builds up. I love the little sapphire glitters, honestly. They're fun. It adds a cool texture to it. A depth to it. Not technically textured. Like, it's not drying textured. It has like a fun depth and dimension. Maybe dimension. Maybe that's the word I wanted. All right, I'm going to grab the flash because those are hollow glitters as well as pink reflective in there. So the blue sapphire glitters have hollow to them. You can see those rainbows. And then you get the extra twinkle and sparkles from that reflective glitter. Another gorgeous blue from Ribbits. If you haven't checked out Beautifully for Polish Pickup by Ribbits yet, definitely go to Polish Pickup's website and check it out. That opened today. It will be open through Monday. That blue is stunning like this one. Super sparkly. Beautiful. Let's do our second coat of it here. Again, it does give me slightly jelly-esque vibes, so I'm excited to see the buildup. I feel like we're going to have even more depth on the second coat because those glitters are going to layer in there. Yes. Definitely opaque in 2. Like, I'm very happy with 2. Look at that shimmer, y'all. So shiny. And then those glitters layered in there. And you already get the beautiful twinkles from the reflective glitters. I like this one a lot. This is super, super fun. That shimmer. It's a blue to purple shimmer. I'm getting a little aqua to it too, I think. And then again, with the flash to show off those reflective sparkles. Crystal says beautiful. I completely agree, Crystal. So you have the hollow sapphire glitters. Then you have the pink reflective glitters. So the whole thing is just rainbows and sparkles and unicorns, and I love it. Okay, there's no actual unicorns, but it's sparkly like a unicorn, right? Love, love, love this one. Let me grab you a label shot for it. All right, here is our 2 coats of the Trash Hermit from Ribbits. And then last but certainly not least, the Pickle Lover, which I'm going to try very hard to not be biased of, y'all. But you know I'm going to love this. Absolutely love this. It is pickle green. I'm obsessed. It is a deep green base with green to yellow shifting chameleon shimmer and green hollow glitter mix. This one is going to be $13 with a cap of 50 of them. Look at that sparkle already from the hollow. You can definitely see the green to yellow shimmer in there. It is a pickle in a bottle. Honestly, here it is with flash. Yes, look at all the hollow in there. And then I'm going to do, I don't typically do this, but I'm like, y'all, look at this. Look at it match my phone case. I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. Okay. I'm slightly biased because I know that she used my shirt as a reference for this one, but also it's pickle themed, y'all. How was I not going to love this? There was no way on earth I was going to not love a pickle themed polish. All right, let's do our first coat of the Pickle Lover. Now, I will say this looks like it's got a lot of glitter, so we may want a glitter smoother. Yeah, I definitely think we're going to want a glitter smoothing top coat for this one because it's got a lot of glitter in it. But look at that base. Definitely a pickle green base with all the hollow. She did not skimp on any hollow glitter in there. Love it. I try not to pick favorites, y'all. And honestly, I mean, Tammy's, look at that. Look at that. Yes. But it's a pickle polish. You can't get me to not love a pickle themed polish. Let's grab that flash again and show it. Jen says, ooh, she's murky. Yes, it is. It's described as a deep green base. I'm going pickle green because it really does look like a pickle to me. You could say almost like olive-esque. It's just it does have that little bit of murk to it, as Jen said. Crystal says, love all of these. Me too. Honestly, VV and Ribbits make some of the most unique polishes, in my opinion. They kind of like, a lot of brands kind of tiptoe the line between like, oh, people love pinks or like this. And VV and Ribbits are just like, I'm making whatever I want. It's great if people love it, but like, I had this idea and we're doing it, and I love that. I love that they just go all in. All right, so that was our first coat of Pickle Lover. Let's do a second coat of it. Again, if you're doing these on your natural nails, you would definitely want to wait longer in between coats. But these are swatch wheels, and we are just showing off the pretties. So do as I say, not as I do. Okay, here's our second coat. And look at how much that green yellow shimmer really upped on that second coat. Definitely opaque in 2 coats. And it did get deeper. It got darker on that second coat for sure. You can still see all of the hollow sparkles. Jen says, agreed. Yeah, they just make really unique stuff. Like they don't follow what the norm is or what's popular at the time. They just make whatever the heck they want. And I love that. And that makes things like this, like a pickle polish, y'all. Okay, I really want my brain to remember to take a picture with a pickle with this one. I hope I remember to do that. It probably won't happen, but I really want it to. Super pretty. Again, let me grab the flash to show off that hollow. Yes, look at the sparkles. Do we love it or do we love it? If you don't love it, that's okay. I know there are a lot of people out there who don't love greens. That's fine. There are people out there that don't like pickles. That's cool too. There's more pickles for me. You can get lunch and I will share your pickle. If you are watching this replay here or on YouTube, let me know if you like pickles and what your favorite type of pickles are. Are you bread and butter pickle? Are you dill pickles? Do you like German pickles? I recently had a jar of German pickles and they were delicious. They were almost like bread and butter, but like a little more dilly. It was kind of a sweet middle ground. I get these sweet garlic ones from a local pickle place that I absolutely love. But I love pickles. We know this. So let me know if you love pickles. Here is your screenshot. 2 coats of the Pickle Lover from Ribbits Stickits. Oh, I could literally talk about pickles all night. Jen says, I like all types of pickles and olives. See, and I hate olives. I want to like them. I really, really do. Every time I see olives like out and people are like, ooh, eat them, I will try them every single time because I want to like them. I just don't like olives. I'm just not a fan of olives. All right, so that was our second coat of the Pickle Lover. Again, this one's going to be $13 with a cap of $50. Let me get you guys zoomed out and show you the things we did tonight. So we have these 4 polishes here. You've got the Victorian Varnish Clockwise Divination, and then our 3 Ribbits here, plus our Ribbits Magnetic. Let me get it out. Hello, there we go. So you have your, well, okay, that's where it's going, because it just doesn't like me. You've got your bar magnet and your velvet, which I wish the velvet would show better, but it says no. And then we have our VV thermal, as well as the topper on top of the thermal. This is both of them together. I'm going to do a dip and lay them down so y'all can screenshot if you want to. Let me get those in the hot water over here. Okay, that didn't really go so well. I should have done them one at a time. My bad. All right, so there is Divine Consortium by itself. It's already starting to cool. Sorry, y'all. And then here's Divine Consortium with Clockwise on top of it. Oh, boy. This is why I tried to dip them together so I could have them all in the picture, and I failed. Okay, one more dip, and then we're going to get this. So you guys can do screenshots of everything I showed tonight, plus caps and prices for your wish listing. Okay, here we go. Boom. All right, there's it on its own. There it is, layered with Clockwise Divination. So that's everything I showed tonight. There's all of your information with pricing and caps. Anyone wants to screenshot that, you have it. And then I will flip you over. We can chat for a minute, and I will let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay. Oh, let's go back. I'm like, y'all are up my nose. Okay, so lots of beautiful things from Victorian Varnish and Ribbits. There are obviously going to be tons of amazing polishes and other items, because they do other indie items as well, like stamping plates, and I think there's some like lip glosses and eyeshadows and magnets and all kinds of cool things for Little Box of Horrors. Again, the theme for February is tarot, so I'm very excited to see what else comes from that. I'm hoping there's a cool stamping plate. Honestly, I love stamping plates. It's another addiction. But yes, so obviously there are going to be tons of other fantastic offerings that I do not have here, so stay tuned in the Little Box of Horrors Facebook page and here on Instagram to see those, and follow other wonderful swatchers like Hey Mercedes and the Polished Mage and Cosmetic Sanctuary. She's a blogger and a YouTuber, I think. Jackie Bodick, y'all, I'm terrible with names. I'm so sorry, Jackie, please don't hate me. But yes, there are tons and tons of amazing swatchers and YouTubers who will be showing off lots of the other offerings. So definitely make sure to go follow them and keep an eye on those pages to see what else is coming. Yeah, so all this stuff comes out February 22nd through 30th is the pre-order window. And I think that's all I have for you tonight. I hope you have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend, whether you have plans or you do nothing, or you're going to watch the Super Bowl or just the commercials. I hope that you have some fantastic food no matter what you do, because that's really what the Super Bowl is for, right? That's what football's for, right? Isn't that the whole thing right now, is football is just to advertise food? Yes, but I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!